Me and Luke are out for a little errand run, for a weekly errand run. I got my iced ube latte from Aroma Maya, and I got the syrups. I needed more vanilla syrup from them. I love their vanilla syrup. It's so good. It's a local coffee shop here, and they also sell their ube syrup, which I didn't know before. So I got a bottle of the ube as well. So I'm super excited about that. And I stopped into Cobb's Bread, and they had the chocolate and raspberry croissant, so I got one of those as well. I got 2 of them. So it's a good Wednesday. Now me and Luke are going to have to find a treat for Luke. Yeah. I also stopped into the Running Man and got the new Prime protein drinks. They come in a can, so that's a little bit strange to have a protein drink out of a can, but whatever. Hopefully they're really good. And I got some canola oil as well. And I was going to get some Alani protein shakes too, because they're the most affordable protein shakes like on the market that I've seen. But they were already sold out of them, so next time. Luke's out running errands with Mummy, and we're getting the recyclables counted at the bottle exchange to get our refund. So that's what we're doing. I might stop at the Running Man because my little treat and sort of poop bag pouch that my parents got for me a while ago, probably over a year ago now, is on its last little thread here, and I'm just worried that it's gonna break soon. So I think Running Man has ones of those that I can get. Then I'm gonna take Luke to the self-serve dog wash at Pet Value for a bath. Luke's having his bath. What a good boy. Woohoo! Luke's so fluffy. Look at you, Bubba. Wow. Yuki. Hi, mister. Hi, mister. Come on. Oh, go run around in the mud. Cooking for me tonight you're basically my private chef at this point.
So this is something a lot of people sleep on. It's just like pepper salad. It's fried peppers. So there's yellow, orange, red, and then onions, red onions, which are sweet. Fry it up with some spices, some olive oil. It's actually really good and incredibly healthy for you. This is just like ribeyes. What are they called?
Ribeye beef steak.
Yeah, ribeye beef steaks, which I overpaid for, but it is what it is.
What meat don't you overpay for these days?
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Just fried in spices and butter.
And now I expect you to cook it expertly for my pleasure and enjoyment. Which you always do.
Well, your pleasure and enjoyment is not something you commonly get.
Yes, I do every day. He knows that the key to my heart is food.
My bum is sore from last night. Oh, you're filming?
Because of what you make me do to you.
What do you got there?
I got my little pepper salad.
So this was the best meat available that I could buy at our grocery store, and I'll be honest, it's not even that good. I had to cut off the it's a good cut. It's revered to be a good cut.
It's quite nice.
But all beef is going to be good depending on how you cook it.
It has a unique flavor from steaks we normally get.
Flavor profile.
And you also didn't use the spice you usually use, so I like that it's a little bit different. Plus the little
what do I usually use?
Montreal steak spice every time. But the butter you cooked it in?
This stuff is bussin'.
It is.
Yeah, I cooked it
For me to like steak without that spice being on it is...
That was fried continuously.
And like I said, these crispy charred bits are delicious.
Those are just...
Fun texture.
All of the flavor stuff that was on it just coagulated over there. But peppers, a lot of people think that peppers are hot and spicy. They're sweet and juicy and nice. Yeah, bell peppers.
This is for Luke.
I like to do asparagus with meat, sometimes broccoli, but this is more of a summer dish.
I do I did talk about it the other day though, and the broccoli looked like it belonged in a video game, so.
Do you like it? You don't have to have that big of bites though. You can just be a normal person and not be like...
I knew summer was coming all this time and I didn't stop eating.
Yeah, that's my problem.
Luke likes peppers too. Hey guys, it was a beautiful spring day today. Luke and I are actually just on our second walk today because it's such a beautiful evening. And earlier, I was sitting out on the deck with my 4 tulip plants that I got from the grocery store the other day. I have a purple one, a yellow one, a pink one, and a red one. And the bees were going crazy at it. There were like 8 bees surrounding it at one point, just pollinating it. And sometimes they got stuck in the tulips, so I had to rescue them out. And then there were crows or ravens in the trees, and blue jays and squirrels running around the backyard. So it was a very naturey morning out on the deck. And then Luke and I went to the thrift store, the vintage thrift store, Copper Collective, here in our town. They had posted a picture online of this beautiful dress they had that was yellow with like lacy, but I figured I'd probably seen the post too late. I did go in to see if they by chance still had it, but unfortunately it had sold, so I didn't try it on, but I did try on a few other dresses there. And then I left with none of them. I couldn't stop thinking about one of them, so I went to another thrift store, got 2 dresses there and a pair of shorts from one of the gym brands that I like, and then I went back to the other store after I went to the grocery store, very last minute, and scurried in right before close and grabbed one of the ones that I saw. So I was super excited about my thrifty vintage finds today. I'll have to show you guys the dresses and the shorts in a little bit. And the other thing that I really wanted to mention was I really want to get like a cherry blossom tree once the place that sells trees around here, apparently there's a place like 20 to 30 minutes away, and they sell trees, all kinds of different kinds of trees, and they have both the cherry blossom trees. I know trees take forever to grow, but that's why I need to start right away this year. But we need to clean the yard up quite a lot because we didn't get our dumpster that we usually get every spring last year. We skipped it, so we have a lot of stuff to get rid of in the yard, and then it'll be all nice and clean, and then I can get a beautiful cherry blossom tree, hopefully. They also have like fruit trees and stuff, like peach trees and stuff, which I was kind of interested in, but I don't know for sure. But I definitely do want a cherry tree, at least one. And then I was thinking I kind of want to get some rose geranium plants or bushes. I don't really know enough yet. I have to do more research. But apparently ticks hate the smell of that, so I don't want ticks in the yard, so I kind of want to get that, as well as marigolds apparently also deter them. So kind of thinking about different plants and stuff and flowers that I want to plant. I also was kind of interested in like vegetable garden and getting like Joey to build me some raised planters, but I don't know too much about that either. So just some ideas that I've been having and some thoughts. So if you have experience with gardening flowers or vegetables or fruits or anything like that, or growing trees, Luke, come here. Can't walk up to people's doorsteps, baby. It's like, oh, smell something. And I always let them smell stuff, but we can't like walk up onto people's yards. Anyways, if you have experience with any of those things, let me know in the comments and give me your advice or your recommendations of what to get and what works well. We also have a lot of deer that will eat anything they can reach, so keep that in mind. Speaking of thrifted things, I found these golden retriever pajama pants at Louis the other day, and they have pockets. They're actually in the men's section, but I spotted them from across the store and I ran over. I was like, I need these. And it was on a Monday, and that's their 2-for-1 day. So I also got a little tweed skirt. I'll show you. So this is the tweed skirt. I'll have to show you it on sometime, but I don't feel like doing all that right now. The other day I found this little top at Frenchie's, so I grabbed that. I extremely badly need to go through all my clothes and make space for all the new stuff and get rid of anything that I just don't ever grab or wear. At Salvation Army Thrift today, I got this dress and this dress The only thing about Salvation Army is they don't have a fitting room there, so I had to kind of gamble if these were going to fit. Thankfully, both of them do. And then this one zips up in the back. Like I said, I'll have to show you guys these on. I did try them on earlier, but I don't feel like taking all them on and off over and over again tonight. Then I also got from there these navigation camo gray and black gym shorts. And I only have one other pair of shorts from this brand, but I do like them. So I was super excited to find these there. It was unexpected. Super fun little find. And both of those dresses were only $7 each, and the shorts were only $4. I know. The main reason I went out was to go to Copper Collective Vintage, and that's where I got my mink fur coat back earlier in the winter. Well, a few months back in the winter. And they had posted this beautiful vintage yellow and lacy kind of floral and geometric dress, and it was super beautiful. But like I said, I saw the post was posted a few hours before I even saw it, and then I went in a few hours after that, so I figured I probably lost the opportunity to get it. But I did, as I mentioned, try on a few other dresses, and this was one of them. It is got roses all over it, and it's super beautiful, and it's also a zip up back. And it was $16 on the tag, but there was a little line, which apparently means that it was on sale. So I got it for $12.54 that was with the taxes included in that. So $30.54 is all I spent today on those 4 items, and normally one item would cost that much, at least. I will admit I have been pretty terrible at vlogging out and about during the act, or remembering to finish doing that if I started one that day. So again, this might be a little bit of a kajumble of days worth of random little clips, but let me know about the gardening stuff and the trees and the plants and flowers and stuff if you have any experience with any of that, because I need to get started and get decided what I want to have if I'm going to do any of it, because soon it will be time to start planting and whatnot. I don't know about any plants that need to be started in the house, because the cats might mess with them, and anywhere that there's enough light, the cats go. So I would either have to use artificial lighting or see if I could put them anywhere in the gallery or in a room, like Haley's old room, with, like I said, with lights or something. So just let me know your thoughts, I guess, if you have experience and stuff that's easy, because I've never done it and I don't know too much about any of it. As I mentioned, I did get tulips from the grocery store, these potted tulips, purple, yellow, pink, and red. I started off with just the purple and yellow because they didn't really have any pink ones that were in that good of shape, and I thought they looked the most spring-like. Then I saw a good looking pink one yesterday afternoon, and I had to add it to my collection. But then the only one I didn't have was red, and I felt bad, especially because Luca's red. I know, I'm super weird. But I went back last night and got the last color to add to my collection. So these are my tulips. I set them in here in the spare room on top of this fish tank in front of the window during the evenings and overnight, because this door closes and the cats can't mess with them. And then during the daytime, if it's not too windy, I bring them outside with me if I'm sitting out on the deck to enjoy some sunshine. And the bees had a grand time with them today. Anyways, like I said, I'm so sorry for the mumble jumble of random clips or random subjects that I'm talking about, but do let me know if you want to see me try on the things that I got at thrift stores. Also, if you're not thrifting, you should go check it out, because I didn't know what I was missing out on before I started thrifting like a few months ago, and I've been finding so many good finds. And it's almost like I'm not a gambler, but it's like my version of gambling, because every time I'm near one of the thrift stores, I'm like, I should stop in and see if there's any good little finds in there. And it is kind of like a little thrill. Like if I find something that I'm like so bad need to go, it's like I need to do another spin. I need to stop in and just have a quick little peek. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys! Oh, thanks for being here. Bye, guys. Oh, one last thing. I read a really good book on my Libby library app called The One by John Mars. It was like a little bit of a romance thriller, and it was short chapters, lots of different characters, like storylines, but each chapter it would just switch characters and then it would like start over again. And it just kept me turning the pages and shocking things just kept happening. And I read it so fast in like 4 days or something. And normally it takes me a lot longer to read a book, but it was just the short chapters along with like how crazy the things were that were happening. Highly recommend it if you're looking for a good book and you like a bit of a romance thriller or a little bit of a thriller book. That's all. And apparently there's a TV show now based on that book. So I haven't checked that out yet, but I'm definitely going to give it a shot and see how it compares and stuff. So yeah, looking forward to that. Let me know if you've ever read the book or have seen the show.